Okay, we get started very shortly. Okay, just making sure that everyone can hear me. If you can't hear me, let me know. Just make sure that you check your audios. Okay, on my clock, it's now 5 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time, so I'll get started. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining with me this afternoon. Today's topic is about preparing and lodging PAYG annual summaries for clients with or without payroll software. The agenda is to walk through the features, some of the features that we offer in Gov reports, PAYG reports, and lodgement options. Then we'll go through the live demo. These sessions will be recorded and posted on our website, the webinar calendars page, for those of you that wish to revisit the sessions after today. If you have questions during the sessions, please either send me a chat message or unmute yourself to ask questions. Currently, lodging PAYG payment summaries or annual summaries can be done by the conventional method of either requesting the form from the ATO, going to the ATO portal and upload the MGIF file, or previously if you have the media file, you can also send to the ATO, but now that's no longer accepted, SCI, and of course through the standard business reporting enabled software. Many taxpayers and tax practitioners have been accustomed to sending media file to the ATO previously, and now the portals to lodge PAYG payment summaries. But the portal is built on ELS technology and is aging, and ATO is looking at ways to minimize its usage, and thus introducing the SBR technology to replace ELS over time. GovReport is the complete SBR-enabled software operating since 2010, enabling taxpayers and tax practitioners to prepare and lodge compliance reports to SBR-ready government agencies on the cloud. GovReport is currently connected to over 13 government agencies, including the ATO, all the states and territory revenue offices for payroll tax, and ASIC for financial statement lodgements. With the ATO, GovReports enable you to lodge all the compliance reports, including all the IAS and the BAS, tax file number declarations, PAYG payment summaries, TPA, and tax returns. The lodgement process is simple and requires for you to select the business entity and then the reporting form that you want to work on. Once you select the form, follow the prompt to confirm the process, then financial year, and of course fill out the process. For PAYG, currently we accept all 5 types of PAYG payment summaries. And that's the first one is the individual non-business payment summary, which is what the BAS agents formerly referred to as the voluntary withholding. We also accept the ETP and of course business and personal services income for contractors and so forth. The others are possibly not as commonly for tax practitioners. But if you have some, a specific PAYG payment summaries that you're not too sure of, just perhaps just let us know. But these are the 5 that ATO currently accepts. The lodgement process, basically, as I mentioned, once you add the client into GovReports, select the form that you want to lodge for that particular client. Then you need to confirm the financial year. Once you confirm the financial year, once you confirm which process you want to do, then you can either you can do it manually. Manually is suitable for those clients that do not use software, or you do not use compatible software that generate the MGIF file. And for those that have software, you can upload the MGIF file. GovReports accept all MGIF file generated from any software. Once you upload the file or enter the details or the the pay's details, you would have the options to save it as a draft. If you haven't got all the facts and figures together, you want to revisit back to the form at the later stage, or you can pre-lodge. Basically, what that means is you're just testing to make sure the data is being accepted by the ATO. The pre-lodge option will not give you the options to save the report. So normally, I would recommend the save as a draft or save and validate. Save and validate means that you do both. You save as a draft, and you also be validating the details with the ATO. If for those that have digital signature through reports, you can also save, validate, and then send for signature. But however, if you are ready, you've got everything there, you've got all your client's approval for it, you can then click lodge directly from here. Normally, I like the process where you save and validate, and then send to clients for signature or for authorizations, and the employees to have all their PAYG. Then you come back to Go Reports to do the lodgements. For the manual process, as I mentioned, it is suitable for those clients of yours that do not have payroll software or do not use any software, and they simply needs to, you need to do, perhaps during the year they have employed someone or have terminated someone, and you need to go in and just do the PAYG payment summaries for that entity. As I mentioned, once you select which process which way you want to do, whether you want to do upload the MG file or the doing manual. If you select the manual process, you need to confirm the financial year. You can go in here, select the form, which type of PAYG. Once you go into the form, you need to select which type of PAYG payment summary that you want to do, whether it's a voluntary withholding or the ETP or the personal, business and personal services income. Once you've done that, you can add the employees, add the payees details on one by one or etc. Now, because Gov Reports also, this also means is that if you have used the ATO for lodgement, you upload the MG file. Now, with the ATO, the difference, I'll go through the difference later, because having the process of doing manually, which that means you can also do amendment. If there is errors doing for those PAYG lodgement that you made in the past or along the way that make error, you can go into Gov Reports and just do the amendment or lodging just the amendments. But for now, just basically assuming that we go straight forward, enter the details of the payees and the employees for the completion of the PAYG Annual Summaries. Once you've done that, you can then send to the employees the PAYG payment summaries, the employer to sign off. As I said, the lodgement process, the lodgement page, you would have four or five options depending on whether you have digital signature. If you have it, it's only 4. As I mentioned, you can also prepare and lodge amendments. You can upload the amended file if your software, if the client's payroll software generate the amended MG file. You can upload onto Gov Reports, but if it doesn't, in most cases that I know of, the payroll software would generally you must upload the whole MG file with all the employees' details on there. Having said that, with the ATO, this is an extract that I got from the ATO. If it is an amended file, it must only contain those payees that need to be amended, not everyone else. So if that is the case, if your software does not generate just the MG file for the employees that were incorrectly in the first place, enter incorrectly, you need to do it manually, perhaps through Gov Reports or by sending a paper form. Not too sure how the process with the paper form, but that is the case. With Gov Reports, you can go in, just created the do the manual process for the those employees that were incorrectly entered in the first place, and just lodge it as an amendment. Once you have entered the details or upload the amended MTIP file, before lodgement, ensure that you mark it as an amendment, and then send it to your clients for approval, or just lodge it directly to the ATO. From Gov Reports, you can send payment summary directly to the employees, and of course to your clients as well as the lodgement receipts. Now, because Gov Reports enable you to do enable you to customize your own email, so that means anything that you've sent through to your clients or their employees, it will be sent from your email, and we would prefer that you do that, simply because if you don't do it, it will be sent from Gov Reports, and the thing is, it can create confusions. I'll go through the quick settings guide for you later on. The common errors that normally when people preparing and lodging PAYG payment summaries is perhaps the wrong TFN, and perhaps it's purposely done by the employees or not on purpose, in which case Gov Reports, because in most cases when you enter the tax file number into Gov Reports, we do have validation points and also ABN lookup inbuilt into our system. So wherever you enter the ABN or tax file number, if it's incorrect, you would get a red flag. Also, it could be also incomplete address or mismatching data entry. So all of those things, and of course lodging reports without the valid status. So all of these possible errors can occur, and if it happens, you would have, it's likely that you would need to do an amendment and rectifications. As I mentioned, the differences between lodging through the portal. When you upload the MTIP file into the ATO portal, I believe that you must be because it's through the ATO portal, you must lodge it from the computer that has your OSCE, or where you get access to the ATO portal. With Gov Report, because it's on cloud, which means you can get access to Gov Report anywhere with internet. It also means that for those that BAS agents or bookkeepers that work on client site, it means that once you go into your client's site and just happens to complete the reports, and perhaps you could not get the clients to sign off right there and then, you can upload the file, upload the file, save the reports there, and then send it off to your clients for signature. Or it could be perhaps your clients have given you all the details but not fully, and you might need to come back and confirm that later at the later stage. But instead of coming back, you can save it, create the file, save it, and then once you get confirmations of the final figures or whatever, you then can come back and finalize the reports and send it off to them for authorizations. With ATO, the file must be compatible, must be an updated file from a recent software or a latest versions of the software. With Gov Reports, because we enable you to not only upload the file but also giving you the online form options, so whichever works for your clients. With Gov Reports, also, if you do have more than one staff working in your office, perhaps it might be you got supporting staff or supporting staff that work on specific clients, but you are the lodging parties. You can also assign to them for drafting the reports, and for you to approve, go through the details, final approval, and then your client's approval, and then lodge. You can assign to different, it depends on your practice really, how you make these arrangements to work for you. Now with the ATO, when you upload the file, if there are errors in the file, the lodgement process stops. I'm not too sure it would tell you where the errors are. With Gov Reports, we basically assign to we basically let you know where the errors are and for you to go back and fix that. I just got a message. Karen, it will be, this is recorded, so you can go back to it and listen to it, probably rewind and, you know, play as many times as you want, but we don't have it in PDF. Okay, so with the ATO portal as well, when you upload the file, the limitation is 99 records in there. With Gov Reports, there is there's no limitations to the number of records on the file. So you know, perhaps I haven't seen many clients of BAS agents that have uploaded with more than 100 employees. But if you do, Gov Reports doesn't have any limits. As I mentioned, amend is one of the major things. We enable you to just lodge the amended employees, the amended file, just basically just the two employee, just the employees that are affected, or you can do it manually depending on the situations how you want to lodge it. And of course, if you lodge it through the ATO, the process for the employees to do tax return could be, you know, a little bit longer. From our experience, we have seen that what if the client's using the BAS agents is lodging through us, immediately the tax agents can go in and do the tax return immediately. Unlike the portal, it could take a couple of days or weeks. So what I'll do now is quickly go through the, I'm going to go through the demo. Now, just so you know, I'm logging into my the testing account because I'm also away from my office and in a hotel in Perth. The internet here can be quite slow. Just bear with me. Yep, it's coming. Now, I'm now logging into a tax agent's account, similar to that of a BAS agent's account. This is based if you are a business that are log into this webinar, it might not okay, all right, you're not seeing the screen yet. Just give me one moment. Okay, can you see my screen now? I assume so. All right, I'm going to log in. Gov Reports, when you log in, it will arrive to the Gov Reports dashboard. The Gov Reports dashboard enables you to customize how you know what you want to see on your dashboard. You can remove or move the widgets or the items that are displayed on your dashboard, depending on what you have subscribed to Gov Reports as well. So on your left-hand side, you got Birds View, which is home. My class, where it's basically you can add in the clients, and if this is the first time that you use Gov Reports, you can either go to my clients, upload the client list that you can download from the ATO portal or from the previous software, from other ELS software that you use if you are tax agents. But if you are BAS agents, you can just go to my clients, as I mentioned, and import the client list from the ATO portal that you download from. Otherwise, and then along the way, if you need to add a new client in, simply just add the client into Gov Reports. Going forward from July onward, you can any clients that you add into Gov Reports will also be updated in the ATO. Currently, between now and July, if you are using Gov Reports to do any lodgements, and it's new, and for the new clients, you do need to have the clients in the ATO portal first before you can use Gov Report for lodgements. Like I said, July, we'll have the live client updates available from here. What that also means is that during the time that you are a BAS agent or tax agent for your clients, if they change of address, there is a change of address for your clients, or change of ABN or business details, you can update the details here, and it will also update on the ATO portal. My users, as I mentioned, if you have staff in your office, you can subscribe get an additional user license and add them onto Gov Reports and assign for them the role and responsibilities on the Gov Reports account, on the reporting process in your practice. So whether they can lodge, which clients they can access to, and whether they can add a new client and lodge for that client as well. So you can define these things just by define their role, depending on your settings or your arrangement or your what you assign for them. Simply go to that and go to the user permissions to define their role. My lodgements basically give you a couple of options there, whether your lodgement history or your lodgement history can be seen from there, and of course anything that you save in save reports. This is one option, but there are other options that you can go into as well, and of course BAS payment options or historic BAS lodgements, etc., and pay reports. Pay reports basically, if you enter into Gov Reports manually, for PAYG or for TPA purposes, your payees reports can also be found here as well. And for those that got outstanding reports, you can do this, the configurations here, where you select which clients that you want to receive unlodged reports, and we give you a reminder when they become available or issued by the ATO, and it will give you the list of all your unlodged reports, and of course the upcoming and unlodged reports, as well as your overdue, so it reminds you. Like I said, if you've got these features, just make sure you have the clients configure, and it will show on your dashboards here, where you can see the upcoming and unlodged, and of course the overdues. If it's overdue, you can just go straight into it. Click prepare, and that will go straight to the form, and you can prepare directly from there without having to go through the whole process. On your dashboard, you also got a shortcut to save reports. Like I said, if this is the shortcut, but you can also go to my lodgement and find it. The save reports is basically anything you got save and draft, or save as a draft, or save and validated, and or you could be it could be where validated reports that you are awaiting for your clients to sign off. And all your lodgement report can also be having a shortcut directly from here. Anything that you've lodged on the day, it will be in today's lodgement. It's simply because it's a lot of the time, when you just lodge something to the ATO or to whichever government agency that you have, the client's reports, you want to send that to your clients to get approved, to basically to confirm that it has been lodged, and this is basically a shortcut for you to do so. We also do have a reminder, due dates reminder, so a general reminder, and of course the overdue, and of course you've got your lodgement reports and the news from Gov Reports. So depending on which one you want to see, you can sweep, click on to what which news you want to see. All our updates, all Gov Reports updates and changes in our systems and so forth going forward, it's going to be live feed from here. At the moment, it's still very much prematurely just some informations, but going forward it will be a lot more extensive there, possibly from September onward. And of course your profile, and as I mentioned, you can customize it, so you can go into the customize icon and remove or add some of the widgets that you have subscribed to or have access to. Of course, you can remove some of the things that you don't want to see. It might not be relevant to you. every one of your staff, users on Gov Reports, will have access to the customized dashboard. It means that you can customize to however you want. Now, the widgets I have removed the due dates and the lodge report, so that's going to now shortly it will be updated, and from there I can then basically move things around my dashboard and redesign my dashboard how I want it to look when I come into it. Now, before we go into the lodgement process, I want to quickly, as I mentioned, I want to quickly show you where the settings can be done. As I mentioned earlier during the session earlier while we were going through the PowerPoint. If you do have, if you customize your email settings, it means anything that you send from Gov Report can be sent directly from your nominated emails. It's also save us the time. It also saves us, like basically any issues along the way. Your clients have queries on the reports that you've sent through. They have your details at hand to contact you directly. Okay, go to manage my account. You can go to more settings or manage my accounts, and it will give you the options to basically do all the settings that you need. From there, you can select one by one, whether it's business settings, your profile settings, email settings, and also the software nominations process as well. I'll just quickly go through the email settings. My apology, the internet seems to be extraordinarily slow. It's coming. Also, any applications that you have, any other additional or other optional application that you have in Gov Reports, whether it's digital signature or practice management tool, and once you've got your email settings, it will be common for all the other applications as well. So email setting, as I mentioned, go into that and nominate the email that you want to receive lodgement receipts, and any outgoing email, and of course the email that you want as outgoing email. So outgoing email means that anything that you sent out to your clients, to external parties, or to yourself, you want to send it to yourself. Click edit email settings, and then you can put in the nominated email. The setting is exactly as you would do for if you were to add your emails onto your phone. So if it's a Gmail or Yahoo, you simply just need to put in the email address and the password, and we integrate it so that you can directly use your email for sending reports directly from Gov Reports. If it's an external, if it's not a Gmail or Yahoo email, it's your own email, then you need the SMTP server and SMTP port details to add on to basically confirm for our specific configurations. You can as well also copy and paste your email signature and put onto it. So if you're sending out to your clients, they would have your contact details direct at hand when they receive your reports. Make sure when you do the email settings that you test the outgoing email that it is successful. Once it's done, you're ready to go. Once it's successful, we're now going to come back to the dashboard. The lodgement process, as I mentioned, goes. You can either go to my clients, select the clients that you want to work on to do the PAYG payment summary for. Go straight to the form. You can click on the clients and it will go straight to the client's profile page, but otherwise you can go straight into forms here and select the form. We're going to do the PAYG Payments Annual Summary. I will do a couple of examples. One is to do the upload the MG file, and then I'm going to do a manual process and show you a manual process lodgement, and then of course we do an amendment, and any other requests, just let me know. Once you select the file, as I mentioned before, it will give you the options whether you want to do it manually or upload the MZip file. As I mentioned, the first one, we're going to try to do the upload the MZip file. Choose a file. Once you select the file, this is assuming that you have done your create the MZip file from your client's payroll software and download it onto somewhere on your computer. You now upload the file, read file. As I mentioned, once you read with Gov Reports, when you upload the MZip file, you can review what you have recorded in the file. It will now go once with the upload options. When you upload the MZip file, it will take you to the it will save it as a draft. You need to go into that, go into edit. With the manual process, it takes you straight into the adding the payee's details and confirming which PAYG payment summaries that you want to do. With MZip file upload, you need to go back into it and edit the records. Or go to the records, review the records that you have on the file. So now you got the financial year, because in the MZip file you would indicate which financial year it is, and of course the clients, matching the client's ABN and details. You then can go in and review what's in the file. How many payees? You can check the TFND and etc. And whether the payments details are correct. If it's not correct, you can simply go straight into edit and change the details accordingly. So without you having to come back to your client's payroll software and create another make the changes and then create the new MZip file, you now can make the amendment directly from Gov Reports. So you go in here, you go in, change the details where you need to change. Assuming that for this in payees, I'm going to change that to 18,000 instead of 17. It's now 18. Click Save. Okay, the detail has been corrected. The same thing, and if some of these payees details, perhaps you have added one that it should not be there, you can delete it, or like I said, making changes as appropriately. Once you go happy with everything, you can click Next and go straight to the Lodgement Process. Or if you've got confirmations for authorization from your clients, if not, choose to save and validate, and then to finalize, and then send it off to your clients for authorizations. Or for approval. Once you save and validate, there's no errors being recorded there. The status previously, it was a draft, it's now changed to valid. You can then go back to the reports, send off to your clients for approval, click email. This is, like I said, if you've got email settings, it will be sent from your email. What that also means is that you can track the emails that you sent out directly from your send box, your send folder from your email. This is sending to myself, but if I send it to my clients, you notice that it now comes with my email signature that I have. And of course, you can send it to other people as well. Who it might be an accountant who wants to see the copy of the records. You can also send it to that person, just simply adding the email. I won't send it in this example, but you can see the PAYG Annual Summary is recorded. And for those employees if you previously when you edit the payment summaries, when you go through and review the records in there, you can send an email to the payees directly from there. But if not, if you have arrived to here, you can simply go to the payees details and send the payment summaries directly to to each and every one of the employees if you got the authorization. So like I said, from here you can click on the if this, for example, this payee, I want to send, I want to basically review the payment summaries. I click on print to give me the downloaded versions, or I can email it, and then once I'm happy with the copy, I can email it directly to the payees. You go, payment summaries. If everything is correct, you're happy with that, you now can then go back to it and click email, send email, and that would send the copy of the payment summaries to that employee. You can simply just go into each one of them and quickly send the payment summaries. Like I said, if you send it to yourself, you would not have the your email signature that you have set up initially. But if you send it to your clients, or in this case, it will be the employee putting the email address and send it to them. But if it's you might want to send it to your clients so that they can forward to the individual employees. Okay, so like I said, and because this is a valid report, so you all can also send, if you got, for those that got digital signature, you can send the reports from the Say reports, send it off for digital signature, make your life a lot easier. And from Say reports, I'll just go back to it. Okay, you can click then to send for signature. I won't go through the digital signature process as it will take some time. So, but that's basically, the process can be simple. And if you want to know more about digital signature, you can go into our webinar on the digital signature to basically get a lot more details from there. But basically, that's the general process. Now what I'll do is, if you're happy with this PAYG, assuming that you have your client's approval, you can click all the ones that you know that has a valid status. I'm not too sure this one has, but this one has. You can select all the PAYG, all the reports that has been authorized by your clients, lodge the selected, and that will basically ask you to whether you are to do that and confirm. Once you confirm, it's Gov Reports will send it off to the AGO. Once it's been lodged successfully, you get the lodgement receipt, and of course then you can send it to your clients as a confirmations with the lodgement receipts, and for them to you know, confirm with their employees to you know, proceed with the tax returns. The manual process, I'll go back to the dashboard, the dashboard, so I can show you another way of doing PAYG payment summaries, or another way of lodging through Gov Reports. For those that work at your client site, you can go directly to your clients by simply typing from your dashboard or anywhere on Gov Reports. You can go into the search bar, enter the client's name. So it means that if you are working on client site, you don't need to show your list of all your clients. Click on the client's name. You can go to the forms under actions or click on your client's name, and from here you can basically Gov Report will only show all the things that you have about all the reports and work that you have done for your clients. If you've got the practice management tool, you've got the work in progress, the overview of your clients, all their compliance details, the ABN, address, and so forth. Anything you have saved or draft for these clients will be in the save and draft column. And anything you have lodged for these clients in the past will only be only their lodged report. So it means that you can quickly go through, if there's an audit or something like that, you can go straight to your clients, pick out, select the reports that you want, that the auditor wants or has been requested, and select that and send it off to whoever that has requested the reports. And of course, if you've got staff working for you, who else has access to these clients, who else has worked on these clients, it will basically confirm, and their their role and responsibility in the reporting process. From here, from your client's profile, select the form, similar the same process as we did earlier. Select the form. This time we're going to do the manual so that we can show you, I can show you how to enter the payee's details. Click Next. So the ABN, the client's details, is now transferred onto the form. We need to confirm the financial year, which financial year we want to create the report for. Let's do 14 and 15. Of course, it will have the client's ABN and the branch number, the contact details, who can authorize it. Then I click Add the payees. I can then now enter confirm which type of PAYG payment summaries that I want to prepare for this person. If it's a business personal service income, I would need to enter that, would select that. Otherwise, if I was to choose the voluntary withholding, which is the individual non-business, select the enter the details of the. It's a bit slow. Okay. Well, there's no exemption for this one, so I'm going to enter the tax file number. Now, because this is a testing account, so the ABN is not real, but it is a valid ABN that was a testing ABN that were given to us for testing purposes. Okay, I actually was given a tax file that I can use and not anyone. As I mentioned, if it's in the production environment, GovReports does TFN validation. So if you enter the incorrect details, it will not work, and it will flag you that there are errors in the tax file now. And 8.2 and 2. Oops. As I said, because we have tax file number validation, so it has to be exact. And 2010. And then, of course, fill out the details. I won't fill out a lot of these things here, but because it would take some time. But generally, you just basically go here, fill out the details. It's going to take me forever. Okay, it's really slow, so that's basically the idea that you fill out the details, confirm it, put in the address that you need to fill in, and this is the same process as you would have to do if it was an amendment. Go in and just enter the pay's details that were incorrectly entered previously in the previous PAYG lodgement, and save it, and and then you can I won't save it because it would take too long for me to fill in the details, but you can visualize the process. What I'll do, I did have earlier have created some records. Perhaps it's a lot quicker for me to go through that way, so I'm going to go in through to see if I got anything to save or draft as in PYG. I think that's the one. Same thing, once you save it, you can then send it off to your clients going through the validation process. You can print the PAYG payment summaries, email it to the employees, or go in and edit and make the changes as you would, or if this is completely incorrect and shouldn't be here, you can delete the file also, but otherwise you can click here to view it to make sure all the details are entered correctly. If you're happy with everything, you will then can go to the next version, the next stage, validate it, and send it off for clients to approve. Once it's approved, the lodgement process, the same as we did earlier, pretty straightforward. Click lodge, select the file, and lodge the selected. This is basically the summaries of it, and if we're happy with it, we can just click close and then go to the validation process. We'll click next. As I said, if you're happy with everything, you can click lodge, and you got your client's approval, you can click lodge directly from here. Confirm. This is a testing environment. It does take longer, and as I said, I am coming from staying from not my usual office, so it takes longer. You got a lodgement receipts. You can send the email directly to your clients from here, but otherwise you can push. This is the lodgement receipt. You can send it to your clients for records. Otherwise, I can close it and access to it from lodge reports that I have. So if I go back to my bird's view, which is home, today's lodgement, I have made 2 lodgements. I can go straight into that, and it also in my total lodge reports as well. But for today, for the ones that are lodged today, I can go straight into it. Click the one that I want to send it off to my clients. Was it an amendment? If it was an amendment, it will be marked as an amendment. It will say that yes, as an amendment, but in this case, it was a fresh new one. This is the lodgement receipts that we saw earlier. And if I want to send an email of this copy of this and the copy of the PAYG Annual Summary, I can also send that to my clients. Like I said, if the employees come, perhaps later on they come back and say, hey, I never got I've lost my PAYG summaries that you sent to me. Can you send it to me again? You can go straight into here to the additional options here, the action tab. Go into Pay's details and select the Pay's the employee that requested for it, and you can send it off to them, similar to that that we did earlier while we were drafting the reports for them. That's it. For this one, there was 2 employees. If I want to send an email to this employee because they've lost the initial ones, you can just click in the email and then send it, and it was with the attachment. That's it really. So that's basically the lodge reports. Any questions? Yes, you can lodge, you can upload the MDIP file from the old versions of IOP as well. As long as it creates the MDIP file, you can upload onto GAR reports. The other thing that I forgot to mention, for example, if any previously lodged PAYG payment summary that was done manually in GAR reports, following year, if for those clients of yours that do not use Payroll Software and you use the method of doing it manually in GAR reports, it means that the following year you can roll over the details as well. So I'm not too sure I have that, this is a testing account. I'm not too sure I have an old record that I can roll over in the following year, but that's certainly, if you previously lodged for them manually using the reports, then you can certainly roll over the details without you having to re-enter all the payees' details into the PAYG payment summaries that you prepare for them this year, saving you the time, a bit of a time there. And then you just simply from there you can go in, make the adjustments of the salaries or the wages that has been made to the employees, save it, and that will be created as a subsequent years PAYG payment summaries for them. Quickly go through and see if I have that options. And yeah, we did mostly the, there is a 1514, so I can quickly show you through. Like I said, this is a lodge report for 2015 financial year. Like I said, we can go in here, the lodge reports, rollover PAYG, pretty straightforward. Rollover, that was a 14-15 financial year, which was lodged just a few minutes ago. We now can roll over the details and create the PAYG payment summaries for the 15-16 financial year. Cool. So now you just go into the draft, click the edit, and make the changes to the each of the payees' details there. They updated their payments and so forth. Okay, any other questions? As I mentioned, this session is recorded, so if you have further questions, post the webinar. Please either contact us through emails or give us a call, and we'll be more than happy to answer your queries. Yeah, the rollover is only for manually enter PAYG. We don't, not too sure we do. I'm going to try, Liz, I'm going to try this. So this is for the previously, yeah, it's also available for the previously uploaded MDIP file as well. Because this, I didn't enter all of these payees details. So it's this account, this PAYG payment summary was from the MDIP file. So yes, you can roll over the previous year MDIP file that you uploaded and create the new PAYG payment summary for the subsequent years. Cool. So there you go. You can go in, edit the details as we showed earlier, and that's it. Okay. If you don't have any questions, we finished off now. And thank you, you guys. Thank you all for coming on to this webinar today. And like I said, if you have any other questions, please let us know. Thank you.